Hello all, this is Rajesh Balraj. Welcome to my channel Free Coding. This is the continuation of the last video. Let's take a minute to review the business case first. This is the business case that you see on the screen. The last video, right, we were able to create the project structure, and then we were able to fire the web API call via the postman, and then we got the response back, and then we elaborately analyzed the payload structure, and then we ended the video. In this video, right, we're going to continue with that. In this video, we're going to create the service interface and a service class, and then we are going to make an API call from our .NET application, get the response back, and then store it in a custom object. Yes, let's get started. Let's go back to the application. So in this application, right, yeah, uh, we have the models and the services. Before we begin, there is a quick feature or a cool feature that I want to share it with you. So once you have the CS project created, go here to a right click. There should be okay, if you right click, there should be another explorer. Check out that explorer. This will bring up the hierarchical project code structure. So you can see, right, this is the solution, and then we have all the project here. This is a cool view, so you can understand how the projects are organized within the solution. Uh, okay, let's begin. So we have the host builder. The next step is, right, let's go back to the service. In the service, right, I want to add my interface, and then I want to add an interface and a class. So let's go ahead and add an interface. So we can right click from here and then add new file. This will bring up this pop-up, and then click interface, provide a name. I'm going to make it as name it as an weather data service. Yep, we did add. Okay, this way, right, it will create the public interface of the skeleton of the interface. The next one, I'm going to add a class. So it's class. I'm going to use the same name. So I just remove the I. So it's going to be weather data service. Okay, got the class name built. The next piece is I have to, yeah, before that, right, let's go back here. So in this, right, this is the dependency injection we spoke about, right? Um, uh, the web API, right, it always uses the HTTP protocol, meaning, okay, we should be able to launch the API call via the browser. So yeah, we can try it out. Let's copy the URL. Let's open up a browser. Yeah, boom. So if you hit it on the browser, we get the response back in the browser. So this is based on HTTP. So we have to mimic the same kind of a thing from the .NET. So for that, right, we can use the HTTP client class. So uh, all the URLs that all the documentation that I use in this video will be available in the description. You can take a look at that later. So you can see, right, HTTP client, right, this is the class that's used to make a HTTP request and then get the response HTTP response back from the web API or any resource identified by a URL. So there is a basic example here. Uh, you can go through it. So pretty much we're going to do the same thing here. So yeah, we can quickly review it. So we need to create a HTTP client object, the first step. So but in our cases, right, we're not going to create an object using the new keyword. Instead, we're going to use the dependency injection. So services dot add scoped. Yeah, we're going to use scoped. And then here, right, we're going to use, yeah, it should not be add scopes. So if HTTP comes as a function, so HTTP, okay, uh, I'm missing a library. So let's go back and add the library. So I have to, so for HTTP, yeah, I was expecting add HTTP client should show up here, but it does not. So we are missing a library. So we have to go and add it. So we're going to use, yeah, let's go into the batch cd weather data.batch. Okay, this is our main, this is the entry point of our application. Thus we're going to add the package Microsoft.Extensions.Http client dot package. Okay, we got the package added. Let me clear the screen. Let's go back to this view. So in this, right, if you go under dependencies, packages, yeah, there it is. It's HTTP client. So HTTP, yeah. So Microsoft Extension.Http, this is the package that has the HTTP client. Let's go ahead and use that package, include this package using statement. So HTTP, there it is. Once you include this package using statement, then dependency injection should show up. That, yeah, there it is. Add HTTP client. Okay, so HTTP client is done. This way, right? Our class should be able to use will get a object of HTTP client via the constructor. Let's go back to the data service here. I'm going to create a public async method, async task. Yeah, before that, right, let's do the dependency injection. Let's do a private read only. I need a HTTP client, so I would need, okay, there it is, HTTP client. Then I have to use the constructor. As discussed, right? So to differentiate, right, this is the local object within the class. This is the object that I get via the dependency injection. So for the local object, right, I usually uh, prefix it with the underscore so that it is easily identifiable. Got this one. So next is I have to create a method. So I'll public async. I'm gonna create an async. So um, yeah, let's start with the list of string, or I would, yeah, let's do an int. Just I'll pass the result back. So if it's going to be 0, it represents a failure, and then if it's going to be a 1, it represents a success. So it's just a placeholder. We can update the return type later. I'm going to name the method as get weather data via API. So, and then since this is an async method, right, I have to use the await keyword. Await. I'm going to put a placeholder method so that I can, yeah, let's do a console dot write line. Yep. Okay. Teacher one. It's not. The teacher should be return one. Okay. So yeah, we got this one. This method does nothing. So it's going to print the statement, and then it's a wait for 1 millisecond, and then it's going to return the value 1. Uh, we discussed in last previous videos, right? The use of interface. The interface is to provide to hide or provides a way to expose only the needed method and hide the other implementations or the other methods. In this case, right, I want to expose only this method. So I'm going to go here and just put it here. Within the interface, right, we should usually provide the return type and the method signature, and then the input parameter. Pretty much that's it. It doesn't need a access specifier or the access modifier. Let's go back here. So let's implement the interface. Weather data service. Okay, we got this one. I don't need this class, so let's delete this. Okay, let's go back to the program. So as part of dependency injection, right, if we want to use the if we want to do a dependency injection of any external package or internal package, right, we have to configure the service or register that service. In this case, right, weather data services are internal service, so we have to go ahead and register it. So it should be, we're gonna add scope. The first piece will be the interface. So let's quickly, yeah, I'm trying to do it. Let's quickly check whether the service project is included in our data project. I don't think so because I am not seeing it. Let's go to dependencies, framework. Yeah, it does not show up. Let's go ahead and add that. So under that there should be a project here. In that the service project should show up. So let's go ahead and include that. Okay, .NET add reference. We're gonna do a reference to the service project so that, right, we should be able to access this weather data services class in the batch project. Let's go ahead and, yeah, okay, there it is, right, in this project, right, it shows up. We have a reference to the service. Once we are done, the next piece is to use using statement to include that reference. Using it should be the weather data dot services. Okay, yeah, there it is. It shows up weather data service. Okay, so we registered this service. Let's go back to that application here. Weather data dot services. Okay, let's create a constructor. And before that, right, I have to use private read only weather data service, weather data service. I'm going to prefix it with underscore. Next, the constructor public application. Okay. Let's remove that one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's do a .NET build to make sure there are no errors. .NET build. Okay, so far no errors. We're clear. Okay, this is our run method. We got a instance of weather data service. Let's go ahead. Okay, we're going to invoke a async method, so we're going to use this where task. So if you want to invoke a async method from a synchronous method, so we have to use the syntax where task dot run. It should be async, and then use the lambda and then await. If you're going to invoke a asynchronous, so await keyword needs to be asynchronous method. Await keywords needs to be used by the data service that get weather data API dot result. In this case, we want the application to async method to be complete and then return the value back. Uh, if I run it, it's just going to invoke this data service and then it's going to print the statement. Let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, so let's do a build one more time. Okay, there are no errors. The other thing is that we can do a .NET run or we can press F5. That's going to run the application. So let's do an F5. Okay, C#. Okay, okay, there it is. Run method is invoked and get weather data API. This method is invoked. That's good. Okay. And the next is right. Okay, let's go back to the HTTP client. Okay, so we have the HTTP client, right? We did already discussed, right? HTTP client is used to invoke a API. So let's go back here. So we have the instance of HTTP client. The next piece is right. Okay, let me comment this out. We're gonna do a await HTTP client dot get async. Let's go through the documentation here, right? So here, this one we did. We got the instance of the client, and then this is what we are trying to do. So we're gonna use get a response. So we're gonna fire up get async method with the URL being passed, and then this method is going to return a HTTP response message back. So let's do that. So the API, right? This is the API URL, and then this method is going to, you can look at this one here, right? This is going to return a HTTP response message. So let's do a HTTP response message. Okay, let's put a if condition and check the HTTP response message is success status code. If you go back to the HTTP client, right, it has the properties and the constructor rights in this, right. Um, these are the methods. Get async is one of them, and then let's go to the properties. Okay, there it is. Extension. Looking for this. Okay, is success status code. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong node site. It should be in the HTTP response message. Let's go back here. Okay, the properties, right? There is a yes success status code, right? This is going to be true if we get a response back from the resource, or it could be any API. If it is, yeah, if it is true, then we get a successful response. That's what we are trying to do. It's going to, if we got a successful response, then we're going to proceed. What we're going to do is, right, so we're going to get this weather data as a string, weather data str equal, once again, right, we're going to use the await keyword because it's going to be a async method. Response manager dot, yeah, we're going to look at the content, right? Content is the one that's going to have the response content. Read as string async console dot write line dollar response. Yep. Okay. Here, right? We make a fire a call, HTTP client call. We get a response back. If it's a successful response, then we will get the content and then display it on the console. Uh, let's do a .NET build. Okay, let's do a F5. Okay, see, it's a response, that weather data response. We got it from the API. We're displaying it on the screen. Cool. Yeah, we got this piece. The next one is, right, we got this piece, and then so we have to pass through the response. Let's go back to the postman. Look at the payload again. So okay, early daily. Okay, so in the last time, in the last video, we discussed about the payload, right? In this, right, we're gonna skip this location, and then we're gonna focus only on the timeline. So we spoke about the key value pair, right? The JSON will have key value pair. Sometimes the key will be unique. Sometimes the key could be repeating. So if, uh, that's how it is. So in this case, right, timelines and locations are the unique keys. Let's focus on the data. So our data is, we are trying to pull the JSON value from the hourly key, and then we're not going to worry about the minutely and the daily. That's not needed. Okay, this one, right, when this is the root, right? This is the first curly braces and the last curly braces. There is no name, but if there is no name, it's considered as a root. Uh, so we are trying to get the we are trying to get the data as uh, as an object. So we got the data as a string. We have to convert that into an object. That's where the other concept called JSON deserialization comes in. JSON deserialization is a concept where we should be able to convert a JSON string into an class class, and then represent the values within a properties. You can go through this documentation. It has very good information. Let's review it quickly. This is a JSON string, like our string, right? It has the key as a date. The key should be always represented as a property. The property is nothing but a getter and a setter. So in this case, it's a date, right? The the return or the type of the property is date time. The next one is like it's like an integer, straightforward. This is a collection, right? So somebody was cool. It will be a it is a string. It's another collection. And let's look at the temperature ranges. Temperature ranges, and it's like it has a nested collection. If you within this, right, you can see uh, three other key value pairs, right? If you have the other good thing is, right, it is a unique key value pair. If it is a unique key value pair, we could use a dictionary. Yeah, you can go through the dictionary once again here in this URL. The dictionary is just a collection where we can store a key value pair. The key should be unique. That is the condition. Uh, if the key is not unique, we cannot use dictionary. The key should be unique so that the value can be retrieved using the key. So we're going to use the dictionary here. Let's go back to the application. We're going to check. I want to make sure that we have a valid string output. String. Okay, string. There is null or empty. This method will make sure. Okay, this the string is not empty. So we want to make sure the string is not empty or null. Then we're going to proceed. We're going to use JSON deserialization. For this, right, we're going to use another package. We need to include that package. Uh, the package is .NET add. Yeah, before that, right? So, okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's go back here to a clear. Okay. Uh, this data services, this is under the services project. So the packages needs to be added to the appropriate project. That's the tricky thing. So we don't want to add the uh, Newtonsoft.Json package in the batch project because we're not going to use that. We want that package in the service project. So we have to navigate to the weather data.services project, and then we're going to add this Newtonsoft.Json package. Okay, let's go ahead and verify it. It's in the services package. Yeah, there it is. This package, let's go to the documentation. Yeah, yeah. So you can go through the documentation if you hit the Newtonsoft.Json, soft.json. Yeah, if you go here, this will provide the documentation. You can go through it. I'll put the link on the description. So let's go back here. So go to using Newtonsoft.json. Okay. So there's a JSON convert dot deserialize object. This is what we need. So let's go back to the documentation. So here, right, you can see, right, this is using a different thing. So let's go here, and then if you go to documentation, so there it is, right? Yep, JSON. I'll put the description. Okay, there it is, JSON. You will find all the documentation here. Serialization, deserialization, everything will be here. So we're gonna convert deserializes into an object. It's going to take a string as an input parameter. We're gonna pass this as a string, and then if you look at it, it's going to it will take a string value and then deserialize and give you an object. In this case, right, we're gonna get a JSON object back. So create an object of J object type. We're gonna name it as source root data, and then we need explicit typecast. Okay. Okay, it's throwing in warning. That's fine. So it says we haven't used this value, so we'll go ahead and use it. So we got this value, same check. I'm going to make sure, okay, this value is not null. Then I'm going to proceed. Root dot data equal to null, not null. Okay, let's go ahead and create a dictionary string. The key will be always a string in this case. The string in this case is going to be string, and then the next one, the value will be an object. I'm going to focus on the parent nodes. So I'm going to create as a parent node dictionary. Okay, and then we're going to use JSON. What we're going to do is convert JSON convert dot deserialize object. The same thing. We're gonna deserialize it further. So of type string and object. I think I'm gonna have this as a type of dictionary. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and debug it so that I can show what's happening. Okay. Yeah, let me clear. Yeah, we have to go back to the the root batch for batch project. Okay, .NET build. Okay, there are a couple of warnings. We will fix it. Um, okay, so let's do a F5. Yeah, we can skip the warning. We'll fix it later. So so you can see, right, if you go back here. So yeah, we got all the within this root, right? We have two J tokens. You can see, right, timelines and the location. Let's look at the location. It's a small one. So if you go inside the location, right, it will show you all the details within that. And the same thing with the timeline. So we got the J object. The next one, yeah, key value pair. We got that as a key value pair. Timeline and location. Cool. Okay, we got the dictionary object. Next, before we proceed, we want to look at another important thing. So let's look at this one, the Linq. That's a language integrated query. So back in the days, right, it's like even the legacy .NET, right? If you want to interact with the database, we usually use a SQL command classes via which we usually pass a query like select star from whatever the table name, and then fire that query, and then we got the result back as a data set. And then if there are any complex queries, we create a stored procedure and execute it via the same thing. That used to be cumbersome and then not efficient. So in the latest series of .NET, uh, .NET provided a cool thing called LinkU, Language Integrated Query, through which a data set can be converted to a collection. In that collection, we should be able to add filters like where, uh, in, a lot of other cool features. So if you look at the other one, you can see that there are filter operators, right? There are many filters we can use like greater where and the less than operators and everything. So we're going to use the link cube here. So in this parent node, right, we will have uh, two unique keys. One is timely and the location. We don't need a location, so we're going to focus on timely, right? So we're going to do a where class, and then its parent node. We're going to say pn dot key. I'm going to make it as two lawyer so that uh, the type doesn't break anything. To lawyer dot equals. So we are looking for the key timelines. So we're gonna put this as a timeline dot. Okay, it should be here. To lawyer. Okay. Do a first or default, meaning what it's going to look for the keyword timelines. If it matches, it's going to return the first element. Uh, first our default. So it's going to give me a key value pair. Let me key value pair, create an object of key value pair. It should be a string under object. So this should be a timelines key value pair. Okay. Possible no. Yeah, that's okay. So it's a warning. HCS 8604. 8604. Okay. Yeah, I'm just disabling the warning based on the code. Let's go back and do a clear. Not build. Okay, do a F5. Okay. So got the parent node. I'm going to show you. We have two key value pair timelines on the location. In this, right, I will specifically get only the timelines. Yeah, you can see, right, timelines. Under that, you will have all the values. Okay, that's cool. So we got the timelines. Within the timeline, right, same thing. I don't need minutely and hourly. I'm going to do an apply and filter for based on hourly. So we got the key value pair. This is done. Okay, so we have the key value pair. The next thing is, right, we have to, so the key value pair. So we got the key and the value. So we have to convert this value pair into a dictionary. Because, right, we have a unique keys. So and then we may have a repeated unique values or repeated values. Most of the time, right here, it's a repeated value, right, time and values. So the next piece is to uh, deserialize into an object. So same concept, do a JSON deserialization object. Yeah, let's copy this one. Uh, this one here we should timeline pair dot value dot toString. This will be this is going to return a type of dictionary. So I'm going to say dictionary string object. It should be a dictionary object. So I'm going to say time series dictionary, time series data dictionary. I may have extra parentheses. Okay, looks good. Okay, yeah. Let's do a run. I want to make sure we got everything correct. Okay, F10 key value pair, get this pair, digital. It did error out. Okay, let's go ahead and run this. Here I would expect a JSON object with the entire payload. Within the payload, I'm converting that payload into a dictionary. The dictionary will have two key value pairs, one for timelines, the other one is for location. I don't need the location, so I have to get only the timeline. So I'm using this where filter to get only the timeline. I'm storing it as a key value object. Within the timeline, I have three unique key value pair. So uh, so I have to uh, do a deserialization one more time to convert that into a dictionary dictionary type. So this dictionary type will have three key value pairs. Yeah, let's go ahead and test it out. Okay, so got the JSON object. Okay, let's see this one. Yeah, it's got the three timeline. You look at the values. It will have three nodes. Yeah, minutely, hourly, and daily. So I have to convert it into a dictionary now. So let's do it. Okay, I got the minutely, hourly, and daily. That's good. The next step is right. Since I have the dictionary, I only need the hourly key, hourly, and its value. So I'm going to do the key value pair one more time. So key value pair. This is going to be hourly key value pair. This is going to be the dictionary. I'm going to use the where filter HKV. Let's say HKV dot key dot toLawyer dot equals, let's say hourly dot toLawyer. Okay. Do a first or default. Okay, I will get the hourly key value pair. So I'm going to do a console dot write line. Let's say hourly key. So it's going to be this key. Okay, do a value here, hourly value. Key value pair dot value. Okay, so let me go ahead and build it to make sure there is no issues. Not build. Okay, let's go here and then there's a run without debugging. Control F5. I'm going to do a Control F5. Okay, there it is. Let's go all the way up. So I got the part of it, I think. So I'm going to do it one more time. So let's do it in debug mode so that I can capture all the output. Okay, let's do it. Hello world. Okay, there it is. See, I got the hourly key. This is the okay. I didn't print the key actually. It should be key here. I print the value two times. Yeah, let's fix it and then try it one more time. It should be key. Okay. Okay, let's go back and check the result. Okay, there it is. I got the key as hourly and then I got all the values in the key value pair. Okay, this is a good stopping point. Uh, you can go ahead and try it out and then familiarize with a lot of concepts. Uh, There are a lot of cool concepts, right? HTTP is a very good concept. JSON is a very interesting concept, and then it's being heavily used in the industry. And the dictionary is also a very cool thing. Try it out. If you have any questions, post it on the comment. I'll reply back. Uh, that's all I have. Have a good one. I will see you next week. Thank you all. Bye.